This is Monterey's Cookin Pisto Style, featuring restaurateur and master chef John Pisto.
Hi, I'm John Pisto. Welcome to Monterey's Cookin Pisto Style. Today we're going to learn a little bit about green leaf lettuce. How many times have you gone to the supermarket and seen this? Huh? This is called red leaf. Beautiful. This is called green leaf. Very obvious. Good names too, by the way. How would you like to see how this is grown? We're going to go out to a field. This is a field that's run by Man Packing, okay? And we're going to see what all this stuff is about, all right? We're going to have a new appreciation for it after you see this, all right? Today we're in beautiful Salinas Valley. Want to say hello to David Costa. David, how are you?
Fine, nice to meet you.
David is growing this beautiful lettuce. This is called green leaf, correct?
Correct.
Now, you've been growing this for how many years, Dave?
Our family operation has grown leaf lettuce for about 30 years. We're growers for a Man Packing company. My dad and mom started farming in 1956.
Wow.
And I've got a brother and two sisters involved in the operation also.
Mm-hmm. What do you grow besides the green leaf?
We raise all kinds of mixed vegetables. We raise bok choy and napa,
boy.
spinach, parsley, celery, cabbage, broccoli and cauliflower, green onions, the whole spectrum of mixed vegetables for consolidation in man's operation.
Oh, very interesting. Now this is a considered salad green. I wouldn't, although you probably could cook this, but this is probably best used as a salad green.
Oh, in my experience,
Yeah.
it has been. It's the green leaf along with the romaine are the two staples in our mixed lettuce program, along with the red leaf and butter lettuce, and red romaine and red butter on a smaller scale.
Wow. Think we could pick a head out and take a good look at it? Wow. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like a picture. Just beautiful.
Well, when we harvest, of course, we try to trim off any leaves that wouldn't be usable upon arrival to a store or restaurant or a consumer. And we would look for clean appearance on the heads, no discoloration around the fringe or any signs of stress. And I like to see just good full heads with their maximum weight. And personally, I like a deep color and just something that looks bright and alive and fresh, not something that looks tired or dehydrated.
How's the shelf life on this, by the way?
If it's handled properly, it'll last for a long time.
Wow. But just gorgeous. You get a good shot of this. Now let's look at the nice head of the green. Boy, I wish I had some olive oil and garlic and a little vinegar, and we'd be eating, folks. This is incredible. Just beautiful. When's this going to be harvested?
We're harvesting today, as you can see.
That's what's behind us. Oh, wow.
This field is 80 days old today.
My God, 80 days. So how many times a year are you planting this field?
We start planting the end of November, and we stop planting about Labor Day.
So how many yields do you get out of the field then?
We average 2 crops per year.
2 crops per year. Boy, that's pretty good. Now, are these the same variety?
No, there are many different varieties of green leaf and many different varieties of red leaf.
I see.
Within the classification, there would be a dozen varieties of each.
So these are the most popular variety that you see?
These are what work the best for ourselves. Of course, we're looking for good size and weight, but also tolerance to different climates or just being able to take a little bit of heat without picking up any fringe burn or discoloration.
I tell you, you can see these look like small bushes, not a head of lettuce. I mean, you could feed 6 people with this.
We try to give the buyer their money's worth.
Yeah, you can see that. No, it's gorgeous. So, okay, this is and when you're buying this, you look for the nice green leaf and just fresh appearance.
Well, and I would look for just total usable product. Anything that can be used should be left in the field and not on a kitchen floor.
Good. You think I can get a couple heads to take home?
Sure.
Thank you. You know, I know the best thing that'll go with the green salad. And this is for O.J. Miotti in Colorado. Remember we talked about meatballs? And you asked about them? Okay, folks, my secret is gonna come out. Now, these are probably the best meatball you'll ever taste in your life. Okay, takes a little time, but you know, anything that's good takes a little time. So OJ, this one's for you, pal. All right, so first, before we do that, we gotta make our marinara sauce. And I wanna make a very, very simple marinara. And we're gonna get that cooking first. And we're just gonna chop, you know, I like the garlic. We're gonna break some garlic up, get your pan going real good. And remember, this is my style of marinara. You can use your own, but this is basically the one we use in the restaurant too. And you know, the secret to this sauce, of course, is you gotta use olive oil. And we're using Chabicas because it's real good, nice stuff. And I'm using a mission variety this time. You know, he's one of the only guys I know that does varietals in olive oil. Okay, put a little bit of olive oil, and then I've got my chopped onion. We put a nice couple handfuls of that. And let's get some parsley. Take that right out of the water. Coarse chop's fine. Getting a little sloppy. Okay, hot pepper we're gonna add. Okay, the pinch. Salt, pepper, in reverse. Okay, let's let that come up. Now, while that's working, let me put the meatballs together. Okay, ground chuck, number one, right? Use good quality meat. Then, I use Italian sausage because it's all mixed with all the salt, the pepper, the right amount of fennel seed. It's got it all. You can use ground pork if you want, but then you're going to have to add it. It's important that you add the fennel seed, a little anise seed, salt, pepper, and you got to have a little fat. These are going to be juicy. You don't want, you know, some people, you know, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but they make meatballs and they're hard as rocks. They're more like little cannonballs. And, you know, it's not good for the stomach. So the meatball has got to be moist, and it's got to have the right kind of flavors. And the combination, first, the two best, get rid of the skin, sticky. Get rid of, the combination of flavors is what makes meatballs delicious. Okay. Roughly 50-50. Half pork, half beef. All right? Next secret. Raw garlic. Not cooked garlic, but raw garlic. All right? Whoa. Did you see that? What happens when you put the raw garlic in, you're eating the meatball and you bite down a little piece of garlic. That's delicious. Now, most folks will use half of this amount, but use garlic. Do not omit this, please. You have to have the garlic and chop it up pretty good. And while that's going, you gotta stir your sauce here to make sure you don't lose everything. Now this is another one, boy. My daughter Gia, when she knows I'm making meatballs, she'll come in every 10 minutes and check. And she'll see, is he frying them yet? Because she likes to get to them before I put them in the sauce, see? And she'll make 2 or 3 trips. Yep, they're ready, Dad? They're ready? So, you know, we always make extra meatballs because we devour half of them before they even go into the sauce. Okay, you see how much garlic? A lot of garlic. Very important. Second, okay, that's 1, 2, third thing. I'm using grated, fresh grated now, Romano cheese. You could use Parmesan, but I use Romano because you want the flavor there. Now, Romano's got a lot of salt in it. So, you know, when it comes down to that salt, we're not going to add a lot of salt. Okay, look. All right? I'm adding a lot. All right? Now, next thing. We're going to add some parsley. Use flat leaf. Don't use that curly stuff because the curly stuff's got no flavor. This has got flavor. Grow your own if you have to. Easy to grow. Get the seeds, throw them in the backyard. I mean, and they'll grow, and they'll always grow. It reseeds itself. Someday I'm going to show you my backyard. You'll see I got stuff growing all over the place. We got olives, we got parsley, we got oregano. I got basil, sage. I drive everybody crazy because I like to. And we got lemons, we got oranges. Okay, this is starting to burn. Okay, we want this to brown a little bit. As soon as this browns, we add some good quality tomatoes. I'm using a strain and some crushed. Okay. Now this, after you put the meatballs in, this is going to cook for a little while, so you don't want to use a lot of, you don't want a thick tomato sauce to start with. Okay, let's mix that up. Now put that on medium. I'm going to put it on the back burner now. We'll put that on medium. And you know, folks, there's the other secret. Add a little sugar. Always add the sugar. It's good for the achito. Achito means heart to burn. And you won't get it if you put a little sugar because you're going to cut the acid down. Now you can use baking soda. It does the same thing. Okay, we get that cooking. Okay, that's ready to go. Okay, put that in there too. Now, we got the parsley. Next thing. Now, anyone know what that is? Okay, it's some bread. Okay, it's French bread. You got to use soft bread. Don't use a bread that's got a heavy crust because what we want to do is break this down. So what I've done is I put this in water. You see? You see how this is? See? Beautiful. Perfect. Just the way I want it. Now, I'm going to strain some of the water and then I'm going to break it up. All right? Now, you don't take all the water out. You take, I want to show you. It's got to be, can you hear that? It's got to be squishy. You hear that? Okay, it's got to be squishy. If you take all the water out, it's going to be dry. This is what gives your meatballs the moist, okay? The moisture. Okay, break it. All right. Now basically, you've got the secret right now, folks. But I'm going to show you the texture too. That's important when we got to put an egg in here now. Okay, so you know I'm putting a fair amount of bread in here. Now, if you want to use breadcrumbs, you may. However, if you use breadcrumbs, I think you have to soak them too, because it's going to dry. See, it'll take up all the moisture. Okay, let's break this up, and then I'll take a look at it, and I'll show you if we got enough. Now, if you see it needs a little bit more, see, it's got to be squishy. Now, I would add. Okay, mix it up real good. Let's see if we're going to need maybe a little bit more bread. We don't want to put too much bread or we're going to have bread balls. These are meatballs. Now, you know, if you wanted to use chicken, I think you can do that. You know, everyone's so diet conscious. Maybe use chicken and then add some anise and fennel to it to give it that flavor. Or buy that Italian sausage now they make with chicken with all the right spices. But what the heck? You don't eat these every day. I don't see how they're going to hurt you. Even if you eat them every day, I don't see how they're going to hurt you. Okay, you see this is pretty moist, huh? Okay, and pretty soft. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And then I'm going to add the egg. And for this amount, I'm going to add 2 eggs. And we're going to be right back. Okay, I mixed the eggs in. I cooked a little piece to taste for seasoning, salt, pepper, all right? And then roll them. Put a little, you see I put the raisin in? Okay, put them in the frying pan, heated frying pan. Okay, let me make another one just so, it's good for the kids to help, you know, remember me and my kids, helping getting the kids. And then you can use a black skillet like I have with some oil, and or you can use the non-stick too, works well. What we want to do is, we want to cook the meatball thoroughly, okay? Not just till it's cooked. These will cook real fast. Okay, these are done. Now I'll show you, they'll firm up a bit, but important thing is to see how soft. Half pork and half beef and the bread, I'll tell you. Most people make the mistake is they end up putting breadcrumbs in. Then they don't compensate for the liquid, and that's why you have hard balls and not soft meatballs. Okay? All right. Okay, let's let them brown. Don't burn them. Okay, this takes maybe 5-6 minutes, all right? Okay, see, you let them brown real good, and then you gotta roll them. Now, these are real delicate. So, you see, I'm just rolling them. Make sure they get good and brown, all right? Okay? Okay, now these, you gotta cook them all the way now, okay? Remember that. Then put them on some paper. Let them drain a little bit. All right, and then just place them gently into the sauce, like that. I want to take some of that oil off of it. You see, they're pretty firm, but they're very tender now, so you gotta handle them gently. Handle the meatballs gently. Okay, like this, like this, like this. This one we save to eat here. If my daughter was here right now, she's at school, she'd be all over this kitchen like you wouldn't believe. So let's taste it a little bit. See, it's cooked all the way through. You see that? Good. That's a soft, juicy, and tender. I hate to make fun of it, but I'm Italian, I can do it. That's a juicy meatball. Okay, let's go to the next thing. This is for the boys, the cameramen, that'll be attacked like a shark in water. Okay, salad, we washed it already. Let's continue to put a nice salad together. Look, it comes out beautiful. You put it in your refrigerator, crisps up. I wash it, I spin it dry. Spin it dry. Whenever you have a salad with a lot of stuff, with a lot of curls, you gotta remember, it holds the water. Sweet red onion over the top. Now this is fennel, sweet anise. That's grown here in Salinas Valley too, huh? Okay, chop that fine. That goes on top. Real easy. You could add green olive, you could add olives to it, you could add, you know, I mean, a million things. Now, let's get this, we're gonna make a fast salad dressing. And I mean fast. We're gonna start with our olive oil, which comes out slow. All right, and let's put some pepper, let's put some salt, let's put some vinegar, I'm gonna put a touch of sugar and 1 garlic clove. And I want that smashed up real good. And we whip that. Our salad's made, we put it in the refrigerator, and then when we come back, we'll put this dish together. Okay, folks, we're running out of time, so I'm having to put this together real quick. Okay, see how nice the sauce is? Nice and rich. Now you serve the rest of it in a boat. I've taken all the meatballs out.
Talk about the pasta.
Okay, the pasta I've used was penne. I'm putting a little bit of Romano. You bring this to the table. I've mixed. I've got my wine, and I'm gonna start eating this because I can't wait anymore. And I'm in heaven.